And we went somewhere else for a time, probably a good while, maybe a year plus. And Jane made some steps in the right direction, but it was clear that she was falling behind and things just weren't connecting. You guys are the Ferrari or the Porsche. It's made all the difference because beforehand, for several years, Elizabeth struggled at home with Jane just to kind of do the elementary school reading. And then certainly in kindergarten and first grade, it was kind of a bear at home. But through your folks here at the office and who worked with Jane is that, they're really doing, in my opinion, God's work. And that you're working with people and changing their lives forever. So you can see that at home. She's reading on her own. She loves to do creative writing. As I'm driving around town, she'll ask me about certain signs and what things mean. And I think that that's important just because she's doing it for fun. It's not it's not work for her, right? It's something that she's just doing innately now. And had we not driven to the Marines in the Ferrari, it wouldn't have happened. And so for that, the Jones family is forever grateful. I wasn't fortunate enough to meet a lot of the team and know them the way that Elizabeth does, but I got to see the output and the work product, and it's for everybody that helped Jane or was part of that. We really thank you, and that's something that once we're all long gone, she'll continue in this world doing what you guys have helped her to do. So it's a gift of life in more than one way. That by tackling the issue with language and reading, she has ventured into other areas of life that she might not have done so prior. One is performing arts, ballet, and the way that in which she communicates is just it's not a subtle difference. There's a stark difference, and I think that ties to language capabilities and just being comfortable doing things. That everybody who we spoke with beforehand told us how horrible third grade is as it pertains to going to the next level, the challenges and whatnot. Third grade's been the easiest thing we've experienced thus far. So again, thank you guys, because without that we'd be in the trenches right now with that. So that's been incredible. She's gotten good grades. She's gotten straight A's actually, which is amazing. Yeah, we couldn't be more pleased. As a former educator, that for your folks who are on your team, my guess is that you see a lot of students come in and go out, and that's kind of that. And I remember one of my peers, my mentors, he told me that the toughest thing about education was every year he got a little bit older, but all the students stayed the same age, and they kind of came and went, almost like a long-term hotel, right? You had people check in and then check out, and then you never kind of saw them again. And that's kind of the cross that people who educate have to bear, because that's hard to do, I think. The nice thing for you guys is that I'm sure there are challenging times and then it can be stressful, but just rest assured that the people whom you touch, their lives are changed forever. And that's again, just it's a wonderful gift to give someone. And I think that a lot of teachers forget that because they're down in the weeds, like we all are in whatever we do, right? And so I would always try to remember that in those times where you're working with students who don't seem to appreciate, or you're working with infantile parents who don't seem to appreciate what you're doing. It's not about the appreciation. It's about the end result and what happens 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So thank you, Langsford, and for everybody who's on Team Jane.